still on the aftermath of the NSAS protests in Nigeria and the constitution of the Lagos State Judicial Panel, the youth have now elected their representatives ahead of its sitting on Tuesday. Well, we're now being joined by another representative nominated for the Lagos Judicial Panel, Rinu Oduala. Good to have you on Newsday, Rinu. Many thanks for joining us and congratulations on your nomination to this panel. How much of an influence do you see the panel and other panels across the country having on actually ending police brutality across Nigeria?
Good afternoon. I believe that for the judicial panel to have been set up, then the government seems to be looking into our concerns. So the hope these judicial panels are bringing is justice and compensation, and we hope to get that.
Well, Rinu, it's good to see that you have your voice back largely as you were at the front lines of the protests. But we had Majakodunmi Temitope earlier on the show, and I asked him this same question. What sort of pressure is on you to represent the youth at this panel, especially because we understand the protest and the movement has been largely leaderless?
Well, for me, I was among the first people that started the protest in Lagos, and up to the time the curfew was announced, I've always been at Ikeja protesting peacefully. So I believe that when the nomination process started, the youth trusted, and they believed that I could either have a voice to lend to the panel. So I am not under any pressure because I believe that those that nominated, they know who they were nominating.
I loved your opening statement where you said the government setting up this is a good thing, and one hopes that it'll get to the root of the what you guys, the youth, is protesting about. But what's your strategy going into this panel?
There's no strategy. The only strategy we have is to get justice and to get compensation for victims and family that have gone through horrors at the hand of criminal police officers. For not even compensation, adequate compensation. We want justice. That is all what this fight is all about. We can be going through horrors, we can be going through harassment, extortion, and we won't get justice and no one is held accountable. So for me, I believe the judicial panel, our hopes and our strategies is to get justice and adequate compensation.
Thank you, Rinu. And I asked this as well to Temitope Majakodunmi when he came on Newsday earlier on. What else do you feel and believe the government has to do at this point in time to really reaffirm their commitment to the causes, the issues that have been raised here? This is certainly a step in the right direction. What else would you like to see at this point?
For me, consistent action. For now, to be honest, it's looking like the government is just setting up the judicial panel. Oh, okay, let's listen to them. Oh, they've been protesting. So it shouldn't be something that is just done just to appease the concerns of the moment. Consistent actions is needed. And that is the only thing that could appease the ailing wounds of the youth out there that are protesting both online, both offline. Consistent actions. We want to see consistent actions that will lead to the reform of the entire police engine, because right now it's not even about SARS. It's about the entire police force. It just seems like should we actually scrap the police force, which is not practically possible. But police reform has to be done. It just has to come across. It just has to be reiterated over and over again. We understand that this is not a journey of a day or a week. But starting with the judicial panel, we hope that we see consistent action from the government.
And it's good. It is actually refreshing to hear that you have an open mind to this, Rinu. This panel has an initial sitting for 6 months. What is it that you would see from this panel sitting that would reassure you that the Lagos state government would actually bring justice to bear for victims of police brutality, for victims of Lekki shootings, because that has now been added to the scope of the panel? What is that action, or what are the actions you would see for you to say, okay, this has been worthwhile?
Well, the judicial panel live and sittings. I hope it will be broadcasted live. So for me, it starts with adequate compensation, like I said earlier, to every family who can come forward of both dead and alive victims. You can say, oh, this actually happened. We want to listen to you. We want to hear you. We want to hear your stories. At times, the public, when they're not affected by something, they believe it's distant from them. So I know some Nigerians are not actually they're not actually concerned about these issues because they think it's not happening to them. But the issue is, if it's happening to one person, it's happening to all of us. And that is what the youth have come to realize, that we don't have to stand apart and watch one of us being brutalized, one of us being harassed while we're just looking on. So for me, it's about justice and compensation. Let's start from somewhere. It has to start from somewhere. We can't keep looking. We can't keep going on like this. If we're fighting for a better nation, if we're fighting for better governance, then let justice and compensation begin.
Indeed,
it's about that.
The journey of 1,000 miles, they say, begins with a step. And we've started from somewhere, as it were, with the SARS protest, and of course, the panel that has been set up. But what do you have to say, because we're all in this, to those out there? You were holding a peaceful protest, but then along the line, it was hijacked, things were destroyed. What do you have to say to those who, committed such dastardly act, and then to the people, as it were, the established, even the people that lost their lives, even the police? What word would you have to say to them out there?
Like I said at the start, I was part of the first peaceful protest that started, and we maintained the tempo. It was amazing to see youth come together, and they were their own security. They had amazing organizational skills. At a point in time, I was shocked because I did not expect, in Nigeria, we've been separated by tribal differences, by religion differences, and I did not expect that in such a short time, youth will come together and they will achieve amazing things. We didn't care if you were from a tribe. We didn't care if you have a different religion. Everything just works. And one important thing is that each time hoodlums try to, infiltrate the protest, the youth themselves, they became, like I said earlier, they became their own security. They told the hoodlums that we're not here for fights, we're here for peace. So it is saddening to see some elements try to turn what was largely a wonderful, organized, peaceful protest into something sinister. It's, for me, it's saddening, and I believe that it's a disconnect. It's a disconnect between people that actually want peace for the nation and people that are actually there to just express their frustration on a system that has failed to deliver true and good public service. It's just a result of a disconnect. It's just something you cannot avoid. We have people that want police brutality to be ended. We have people that are clamoring for reforms. But we have some other people in the society that are actually angry because things are not working. Things are not working. There's no jobs, there's no lights, there's no lights. The several things that are missing in the same nation. So I believe that's a result of those people. And the peaceful protesters cannot be blamed for that, because it is the right of the government to have provided protection and security for anyone, for any group that is protesting, that are on their own rights. That's what I have to say about that.
Many thanks to you, Renu Odwala, for coming on Newsday today and sharing your thoughts with us. One of two youth representatives on the Lagos State Judicial Council. Best of luck to you.